This is just to say how grateful I am to the occupational therapists at St Pancras Rehabilitation Hospital. I owe so much to them, I can hardly say it. When I arrived at the hospital, I couldn't stand up, let alone walk or move about, and step by step, with enormous care and persistence, step by step literally of course, they got me to walk. I mean, at first it was terrifying and impossible because I would stand up and pant and gasp, and I had a combination of low blood pressure and high anxiety, and I just could hardly do anything at all. And they got me to stand up, you know better than me, and to use the frame, the kind of Zimmer frame that they had. They got me in the wheelchair. In fact, for a while I thought, oh, I could live with this wheelchair, but they got me out the wheelchair as well, and I was sent to the gym. And the team from St Pancras got me going in the gym, getting up, sitting down, using the parallel bars, playing football, throwing a ball, throwing a balloon, I think we did as well, until I could use a stick. And I thought, great, brilliant, I'm a person who uses a stick. And then another occupational therapist who turned up at the weekend said, you've become a bit stick reliant. And I remember feeling this as a kind of, almost like a sort of sentence, a punishment almost. He was sort of saying, you know, it was a condemnation of where I'd got to. So I felt that I had to throw away the stick, which I'd already labelled as Sticky McStick, I think is what I used to call it. But I had to throw away the stick, and I had a lovely visit home with the therapists, and they went round the house checking that I could climb the stairs and make a cup of tea, and supplied me with help with the frame for the loos and for the lovely thing for the bath. And I've been left to my own devices ever since. And yes, I can walk for 50 minutes, and I can even jog a bit. And yeah, I've come on quite a way since then. But to start off with, it was just terrifying. I really couldn't do anything. So I owe it all to them. And an act of such devotion and care and such persistence, I'll be grateful to them for the rest of my life.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm the Green OT, standing in my greenhouse with the lavender bunch. This is one of the things that I do as an independent OT. These are going out to a local Women's Institute group who'll do a Zoom activity session with me, making lavender bags. I believe that we can all do something creative as OTs and really bump up our profile as a profession. If you want to be an independent OT, it's hard work, but it's so worth it. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm a children's OT based in central London. Just a really quick 30 seconds on my job, because I went straight into community paediatrics as a band 5. So if you're still a student OT, this might not have been a pathway that you've necessarily thought about. So I see children from 0 to 19, either at home, in clinic, in mainstream school, or 1 day a week in a special school for autistic children. So it's very diverse and it's very fast paced despite it being community, yet you're really well supported as a newly qualified OT by the other professionals within the team.
What does occupational therapy mean to you? To me, it means holistic, it means encouraging, it means enabling, it means supporting people to be the best that they can be. And that is why I love this profession. Hello, my name is Kosua and I'm an occupational therapist. I absolutely love my job. I love the diversity that it brings. I love that I'm able to work with such a range of different people, professions, to bring the best out of a person. I've worked in a range of different areas, including mental health, physical health, a bit of palliative care, and I can honestly say that OT is the best profession to be in. So please do not hesitate and join the team today.
Hello, I'm Ed and I've been an occupational therapist in the UK for over 21 years. From the outside, we occupational therapists look calm. Metaphorically, we stand on the stones on the Cower River, looking downstream with our service users and gaze back upstream to understand the person, who they've been and their current situation. But we occupational therapists really know what's going on in our heads. Occupational therapists, people don't understand how we do it.
Did you know speech and language therapists, like my co-therapist Libby, work with children with social, emotional and mental health needs? Many children and young people have unidentified speech, language and communication needs. These needs include problems understanding language or making sense of what people say, using language, that is, words, sentences, telling stories and giving explanations, and knowing how to take part in conversations in the right kind of way. They might also have problems knowing how to act in a range of settings and problems, developing positive relationships. Speech and language skills are actually the primary indicator of child well-being.
Hi everyone, my name is Kim Griffin and I'm an occupational therapist. My background is working mostly with children with autism and those who might have sensory differences or difficulty with coordination, maybe dyspraxia, poor handwriting, helping to ride bikes, sort of getting dressed and things like that. So I know people often think of occupational therapists and they immediately think, oh, you can help me get my job, make my job happier. But actually we are all about participation, function and engagement. And an average week for me would look like being in a school, supporting the students to be able to access their learning, to be able to improve their PE skills, and also supporting their self-regulation throughout the day, maybe using some sensory strategies. I also do some online training and provide other supports to educators and parents sort of through that. And then there's the usual paperwork that comes with most other jobs. So I hope you have a good week and you're learning lots about what allied health professionals contribute to health, education and well-being. Hi everyone, my name is Kim Griffin and I'm a paediatric occupational therapist. I thought in response to the OT Experts call out for sort of videos of what OT is, that I could do my week in OT. So I'm starting with Monday and today I am in a specialist school for students, primary students with primarily autism as their diagnosis, but there are quite a few different communication needs within the school, and my main job is to support the teachers to support all of the students in that school. Morning everyone, it's Kim here again and I am back off to the same school that I was in yesterday, so it's Tuesday today. So my job today, I'll be starting in the lower end of the school with the reception, sort of year 1 students, and some of the new students are actually non-verbal, so we're working on a bit of sensory group, sensory play, and also some really basic pencil holding, scissor skills and things like that. And then by the end of the day I move up to the other end of the school, which is the year 6s, and most of them, actually all of them, are verbal, and I'm working on emotional regulation with them, so there's a big mix across my day and sort of the way that I'll be interacting with the students and also sort of the skills that I'll be working on with them. Morning everyone, so today is Wednesday and it's Kim here again, paediatric occupational therapist. I have got some training to present this morning. It is a live online training that I'm presenting to some parents, and then the rest of my afternoon today is going to be made up of very much admin based activities. It's the unexciting bit that we don't usually sort of talk about, but I've got a lot of emails to catch up on and a report to get written. Have a good day. Hi everyone, it's Kim here again, paediatric occupational therapist. So it's Thursday and I am off to a secondary school today. It is again, most of my work is looking at sensory processing and I work with a lot of children with autism. So this secondary school is another school that sort of specialises in supporting students with autism, and I'm pretty new there, so I'm still doing some observations of the students and understanding how best to be able to support them in class. We'll be hopefully looking at how to get movement breaks working successfully at the school, and also there's a meeting today as well with the other occupational therapists so that we can all share some ideas. Morning everyone, so it is Friday and it's Kim here again. I am at home for the bulk of the day today and I've got a few meetings. One's with another therapist just so that we can go through some ideas on different things. And then I'm actually speaking with a parent who I used to work with their child back in 2012 and they've contacted me to help to support some ideas to go to university. So it's a very different sort of mix to what I've been doing through the week, and then there's definitely some admin on my admin pile that I need to get caught up with. Morning everyone, it's Kim here and it is Saturday. This morning most of the day probably, I have got a bit of a admin heavy job to do. I am presenting at the College of Occupational Therapists Children and Families conference in November, and I'm presenting some of the evaluation that I've done on one of the fine motor skill programs that I have created. So today what I need to do is go through the participant answers on the questionnaires and code them up. So it's going to be very much a day in front of the computer coding up answers so I can then present them to my supervisor so we can see whether there's been a difference between before the program and after the program.
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm a senior occupational therapy lecturer at the University of West of England, and this is my super occupation, which is basically swimming in the sea most days. It's exhilarating, there's a massive science behind it, it's good for your organs because it gets them working again, it's great for your skin because of the salt and the magnesium, and it's basically an epic occupation, and that's what occupational therapists do. We seize occupations, we get the values from them, we make them available to everyone. So after the wild, cold, wet sea swimming, I like to get hygge. So I do occupations of self-care in a cosy way. So hygge, the Danish art of happiness, and it's hygge occupations that I spread throughout my day. So cosy, warm jumper, fairy lights in every single room, and my cosy dog keeping me company. Hashtag occupational therapy, using occupations for well-being.
I love being a children's OT, as the children are very enthusiastic, and that's infectious to me. I like the fact that no one child's the same. I like working on their uniqueness and the fact that you can have the flexibility and the need to think outside the box daily. I like the fact that you can work on functional issues to help and enable their day to be so much better in whatever they wish to do and whatever goals they want to set. And I just love it. It's ace.
Hello, Mr. Stanley. Can you tell me why you've chosen to see a podiatrist today? That's right, they are one of the best health professionals to see with foot-related problems. That is also correct. They work very closely with other health professionals in order to solve patients' foot problems. That is also true. They do a lot more than cut toenails. So after your treatment today, can you tell me, would you recommend podiatry to your friends and family? That is great to hear. Thank you for that. We appreciate your cooperation today, and as a special reward, I have some tuna treat for you.
So OT Expert asked me to do a video for occupational therapy, and I rather foolishly said yes. So my main part of my job is trying to help people who often hurt themselves and have difficulties with relationships stay out of long-term hospitalisation. So I help people think differently about their risks and the worries that they have about them. I help the person themselves to try and do things differently or try and get more of the life that they want, and I try and help the people around them to support them in the way that feels the most useful. So that's my job. Don't think it's very typical OT, but I enjoy it. So we've got a new assessment this week. We're going to be focusing what that person wants to do and needs to do. So very basic moho stuff. It's really important. Why is it important? Because if you assess somebody against what's wrong with them, if you don't work out what it is they want and they need, then you're going to have very different goals to what they have got, and that will be a very miserable experience for both of you. So big focus, what they want, what they need. That's what we're looking at this week. Okay, so another part of moho is the environment. So part of the work that I do often involves giving somebody a experience of a relationship with someone who is thoughtful, non-reactive, interested, which can be very different to the relationships they've had before. So what we're doing there, we're changing the social environment around them to help them function more. Why are we doing that? Well, in some ways, it doesn't matter what the rest of your goals are. If you can't have a good relationship with somebody, it doesn't matter what else comes after that. Focus on the relationship. Once we've got effective relationships, then we can make the changes that they want. Okay, so we thought about what people want to do, what they need to do, the environment around them. The other part of moho is the skills that they have. So a lot of the time, I'm teaching people things to help them get through the problems that stop them doing the things that they want and need to do. Now, often this is about self-harm. Very often it's about how they manage their relationships with other people and how they can kind of like get through crisis in a way that, I don't know, just helps them manage and helps them get through, helps them be more effective. Big focus on that. Lots of stuff in the DB2 skills around that, but also being able to kind of have effective relationships with people is the most important thing. And you can have one bonus one on the environment. So the people that I work with are subject to a lot of stigma. So one of the things that we can do is focus on that environment around people and make sure that people don't think they're working with people with disordered personalities, that make sure people don't think they're working with people who are manipulative or attention seeking. We can be the people who make voicing opinions like that unacceptable. We can be the people who add an empathic way of thinking about people, because if you think somebody's attention seeking and undeserving of help, you're not going to be very helpful. So if we can change that social environment around people, then we should be doing it. Big focus on that this week. Take care.
My tool above all is therapeutic use of self. I promise you, if you can master this, you can treat absolutely anybody. Cooking. I do not have the patience to cook and even less patience to wash up. Either running or a duvet day watching a good chick flick. No matter where we work, social services, mental health, forensics, acute settings, we're all connected by the same transferable skills and the vision to make the world a better place for people. And I think that is pretty cool.
Hi there, my name is Edwina Rush and I'm very proud to be an occupational therapist. For me personally, the career of occupational therapy has afforded me the opportunity to live and work in a variety of different countries and settings. I love the fact that occupational therapy puts occupation at the front and centre of all that we do to enhance people's health and promote their well-being in the communities that they live.
Hi, my name's Rupert. I'm an occupational therapist working in North Wales in the UK. I've spent my career working in mental health settings, and I just wanted to say that occupational therapy isn't just about finding out what someone can and can't do in their life. It's about finding out what brings meaning and purpose into their life. And I found that the healing power of occupation really can be transformational and can bring hope and purpose and help people to live life again.
I'm Louise, and 18 months ago I was critically ill and spent 3 months in hospital. I received rehab from a multidisciplinary team, and because of my journey, I now want to retrain as an occupational therapist. I'm about to start working as a volunteer in a stroke rehab unit, and I know how it feels to not be able to do the simplest of things. The frustration, the anger and the humiliation that it can sometimes bring. And I know that I can use my experiences to help others achieve their rehab goals.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah. I'm an occupational therapist here at the Royal Hospital for Neurodisability. I'm here today to talk to you about why I love being an OT and show you some of the lovely art facilities we have here. So one of the things I love about my job is engaging patients in functional art group. That's a class we do once a week. It's really great as a leisure activity. We can engage patients with their upper limb. It's a lovely group dynamic. It's slightly social, obviously social distanced, and it's just a really great creative outlet for our patients. It's something that I love doing here.
A special shout out to the wonderful occupational therapists that work in mental health, and a very special mention to the one who many years ago on a freezing cold winter afternoon answered my cry for help from the house of a patient which had been filled with gas when I arrived. He came, he sorted it out, and he even managed to find a heater to keep the patient safe. And thanks for all the other wonderful OTs that I have worked with over the years.
Hi, I'm Ruth Hawley, an occupational therapy lecturer. Occupational therapy can be described at its simplest as being about enabling people to do what it is they want to and need to do. I love that in my role I get to support students in becoming the occupational therapist they want to be. Whether that's developing their knowledge, their practical skills, or supporting them and their practice educator on placement, no 2 days are ever the same, but there's always opportunities for problem solving, adaptation, and lots of learning.
People in forensic services like prisons, secure hospitals and probation live their lives under restrictions. Occupational therapy in these services is critical because we understand that occupation is central to our humanity, our health and our identity. But also when pro-social, occupation is associated with reduced risk of future harms. Lockdown gave everyone a limited new appreciation of living under restrictions and highlights how critical occupation is for people in forensic services.
It's about looking at defining a new sense of purpose, about identifying the potential that is in each and every one of us, regardless of our disability, regardless of the limitations that may exist within their environment. It's about looking at things practically to create solutions and to give opportunities. That's what OT is all about. That's what it's all about.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Moses and I'm the Associate Director of Rehabilitation and Therapies at the Royal Brompton and Harefield Trust. I'm celebrating AHP Day 2020 because I'm so proud to be one of the 14 professions that make our therapeutic community so great. I'm a respiratory physiotherapist by background and I'm so proud of all the respiratory physios who have faced this pandemic head on and who have worked unbelievably hard in a time of crisis and need. And I'm also proud of all of the physios who've been redeployed to other areas, who have mobilised community forces, embraced digital technology and just really responded in such a professional and unified way. But of course it's not just about physios, it's about all of the other AHPs. And as a community, we should be so proud of how we've come together in recent times, how we can embrace each other, how we can learn from each other and support each other, and together we're definitely stronger. So I can't wait to see all the posts everyone's got out there. I really hope we see some great stuff, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Keep smiling. Thanks very much.
Hi, my name is Ben, and most of you on here probably know me for my Signing Saturday videos on a Saturday, obviously. But my day job, Monday to Friday, thankfully, is as a nuclear medicine radiographer, and I use nuclear medicine to image the bones of the body and some of the organs. Book the appointments, vet the appointments, send them out, get the patients in, inject them, scan them, send them on the way. Just don't give them the results. So that's what I do. Enjoy and happy AHP's Day. Bye.
Hi, I'm Shirley Pearce and I'm an occupational therapist. I've set up a charity to plug the gap between dementia awareness and a real understanding of the condition and what we can do to lessen its impact. Once you see how dementia affects not just the brain, body and behaviour, but the person inside, it gets easier to work positively with the person and their condition. Do get in touch for more details.
Hi, we're the OT Podcast Club. We like OT Podcast Club because
it's inspirational, thought-provoking and fun.
To share ideas with OTs from around the world.
Sharing and growing the discussions I've listened to.
It broadens my viewpoints.
I like the fact it makes me think critically.
The cycle of listening, thinking, talking and learning.
It opens up the discussion from just the host and the guest to everybody.
Good morning, my name is Jason and I'm a third year diagnostic radiography student here at the University of Derby. I joined this course as a mature student, so I didn't take the typical A-level route. In fact, after my military service, I did an access course in science which contained chemistry and biology. This got me entry onto the degree, and at times the workload was a bit of a jump and often overwhelming, but I've always made it through. But for me, the most rewarding part of this course is when you're on placement. I rotate through the Leicestershire hospitals and the UHL Trust have always given me the support and guidance needed to get me through. There's also a shortage of radiographers throughout the UK, so there's never been a better time to become a radiographer?
My name is Liz Ashby. I'm an art therapist. I trained in 1996 and have worked with people with learning disabilities ever since in the NHS. I really love my job and the people I work with. That's both my team and my clients. I love combining art and creativity with working with mental health issues and other difficulties that people experience, including some things which are really quite traumatic for some people. Art can be like another language for people who struggle with verbal therapy, and it's a core intervention in my team.
Holly has functional neurological disorder. Part of her presentation includes functional dystonia in her right arm. She has a functional tremor and muscle jerks in this arm too. Holly's brain has become confused as to how her hand should look, so it has accepted this posture as normal, which just keeps it going. To challenge this, Holly is using a mirror box to trick her brain into thinking that the mirror image of her left hand on the outside is actually her right hand on the inside. This is the same technique used to help people who experience phantom limb pain after amputation.
I really like radiography because we get to learn anatomy and physiology of the human body. And we have guys like this guy, because he's got nobody but me.
Hi, I'm Holly, or Hoppy Pelican. What I like most about occupational therapy is the focus on what skills I do have or what I could do, rather than what my limitations or deficits are. And for me, I think what has been really helpful in working with OTs is their ability to hold both my vulnerability and capability simultaneously.
Happy AHP Day, everybody. I've been a paramedic for around 20 years now and not worn green for the last 5 because of just the skills that you learn as a paramedic. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a video. All this traffic. The skills you learn as a paramedic is completely transferable to lots of other things. So look where I am now. It's absolutely incredible. So this is my job. I work with people who have tough times. We knock on people's doors. We don't worry about what's on the other side because you can deal with it. You've had all these difficult conversations, so it's just incredible. So I just wanted to show off what a beautiful day it is, and hats off to everybody who joins at the AHPs and has this life of service. It's incredible.
My name's Heather and I'm a drama therapist in Northern Ireland. Reasons I love my job.
I get to create and I get to see people create.
I get to have a room full of really cool materials. I get to laugh with my clients and help them remember how to play. And I get the honour of being there at some very vulnerable healing moments for people.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is George Dunn. I'm an advanced podiatrist in East Cheshire, working for the NHS, and my role is to look after legs, look after foot ulcerations, leg ulcerations mainly caused through poor circulation, peripheral vascular disease, diabetes, and also other things like rheumatoid arthritis or anything that can give you a foot wound. So it's a very challenging role, but say for instance today's clinic has been quite a successful one. We've managed to discharge a couple of patients from us back to regular care, and I'm really pleased at the way today's worked out. So not also forgetting that while today is AHP's day, it's also Legs Matter week as well. So let's make sure that makes every contact count, and we ensure that we keep legs going and legs attached to everybody that we can. Thank you.